The Eastern Cape Department of Sports, Arts and Culture hosts a two-day sports policy conference. The discussions will include a discussion on policies governing sport in the country. For more on this, let's go now to Abongile Janjies. Abongile, where are you? What's happening?
Well, Desiree, we're in East London, specifically Osna Hotel here in East London. The conference is on its second day today, where a number of issues have been highlighted by women who are struggling in the sports fraternity. They still argue that the males are still dominating in sport and still receive privileges more than them as women. They say even though they are excelling in their trade of sports, but men continue to be the ones who are getting the best benefits compared to them. With me, I do have the MEC for sports here in the Eastern Cape, Fezeka Nkomonye. A very good morning to you, MEC. And how has this conference been going so far today, as we are at its last day today?
Good morning, Abongile, and good morning to the viewers at home. This is the second day, as you have indicated. We are hosting a Women in Sport provincial conference, policy conference. It's going well. In the first day, which was yesterday, we had a lot of issues that we had to deal with, ranging from how women are relegated to positions of just taking minutes in the leadership positions and in the structures they are leading in, but also that women are not given a chance or empowered enough to lead in those structures. We've had, as the province of the Eastern Cape, a number of athletes that have been named captains in football, in rugby, in netball. However, we don't see them coming back and making an impact either as coaches or as administrators. So we have realized that even though we excel as the province in the field of play in terms of producing athletes, excellent athletes, we ought to produce more women that are going to shape up the administration of sport. So that's why we are here today, to look at the challenges that are faced by women and craft a strategy of dealing with those challenges and empower more women to take up the space and lead in the sport administration as well as coaching.
Going forward from here, what's the next step to be taken? The conference, how do we ensure that it's not just a mere talk shop?
The resolutions of this policy conference will be filtered into the national space, where we are busy working with the other provinces in shaping up how we can empower women to contribute more towards the administration of sport. So this is the first step that will be filtering through to the national spectrum. We are known as the province of having great ideas, and I believe that these ladies behind me will be contributing on how we are going to shape up the sport administration in the nation at large.
In other words, this is a conference to fight patriarchy in sports.
I could say that, but maybe let me put it this way. This is a conference where we are crafting strategies to bring about more equality in the field of sport, because the reality is that patriarchy is still there. You see women that are not supported as much as we support their male counterparts. And in codes, even where the females are playing better than males, we still don't get the support. We still don't get the sponsorship. We don't have facilities dedicated to women. So there's a whole range of things that need to be corrected so that we can bring about equality in the field of play and outside the field of play.
Equality, talking about also salaries. That's one thing we can make an example of Bafana and Banyana, where the females are not being paid better than their male counterparts. So how is equality a hindrance for women in taking up the sport, particularly during this time of Women's Month?
We believe that women deserve better. They deserve more because they put in a lot of effort. You are correct to say, if you look at the level of Banyana, there are instances where they play better than Bafana, but you look at the salaries they're getting, it's peanuts compared to their counterparts. But however, even the sponsorship, the level of sponsorship that is there's a saying that women's sport does not pay, does not entice anyone to go and invest in. So we want to change the narrative, and we are calling upon the corporate, government entities, even community members and business owners to invest in the sport for women, because we believe that they are talented and they have a capacity to do their best as they have been showing. And also the fact that we are having a World Cup, Netball World Cup in 2023, we ought to be starting now to groom a team that is going to face other countries. And we believe that there is no better place to look at than the province of the Eastern Cape.
In your efforts alone as Feza Kankomonye, let alone being an MEC, tomorrow you are running a marathon of 40 kilometers in celebrations of your birthday to raise awareness and attract more sponsorship to women in the fight in them receiving sports bras, which is one of the hindrances, and building netball courts. Tell us about that tomorrow, about the marathon that you'll be running tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the 28th, from 6:30 a.m., 40 kilometers will start at the junction of Abongile, which is the N6 between Statarem and East London. I can't say whether I'm ready or not. Time flies. I haven't prepared a lot, but I can tell you that I am going to finish 40 kilometers. There's also 21 kilometers. There's also 5 kilometers. This is done, and a lot of people have been asking, why should I not just take the budget and build sports facilities? Why am I running instead of just taking the money? What people don't understand is that as levels of government, there are mandates that are given. And the Department of Sport does not have a mandate to construct facilities. However, we can't just sit idly and say we don't have funds, we don't have a mandate. We ought to do something. And I thought that I should just run so that I create an awareness in terms of inequality, but also call upon the corporate, call upon local government to prioritize sports facilities, because at that level it competes with other needs. The construction of sports facilities compete with construction of halls, roads, so it takes a back seat. Now this is an initiative to say, let's work together so that we can take our young girls from drinking, we can take them away from engaging in drugs and involve them in sport so that they can be disciplined, they can succeed in life. So that's the initiative that I'm embarking on.
Well, MEC, if I wasn't working, I would have joined you in the marathon, but thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you so much.
Well, Desiree, that was the MEC for Sports here in the Eastern Cape, Feza Kankomonye, telling us about this conference that they are holding here today, and says they hope that this will be a start to change the way people perceive sports, women in sports here in the country, particularly here in the province too. Desiree?
Well, we hope it yields tangible and measurable results. Abongile Janjies there.